Well, Stefanie, Dekker is in Latakya in neighbouring Turkey, where 150 of those injured in that shelling in Azaz are now in hospital. Steph, what more do we know about how those events unfolded in this small town in the north of the country?
Well, we know that it started around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when those jets came in and started bombing an area of the town. Their target, we're told, one of which was a former Baath Party headquarters, which was now where the FSA had their base. But of course, as you could see from those pictures, it's mostly civilians who were affected by this airstrike. A whole row of residential homes completely leveled, families in there, you know, spending their afternoon, and all of a sudden everything collapsed around them. And as you could see, horrific pictures of children trapped underneath the rubble. So, you know, it really was a violent attack, really something that, a clear message being sent to the opposition. They don't want them there anymore, because we have to remember Azaz is a critical town for the opposition. It's very close to the Turkish border and offers them a freeway, so to speak, in and out of Turkey into Azaz and onto Aleppo. So that's been relatively free in the hands of the opposition for the last month or so. But this really a first message, a serious message from the government that they don't want them to be there any longer.
And of course, those that survived the attack, and we're seeing those pictures now, Steph, trying to get the injured to hospital or to get them medical treatment as soon as they can, and obviously taking most of them across the border to Turkey. How are the Turks coping with this influx of injured?
Well, I think it's fair to say that, you know, they're overstretched. The hospitals here, are trying to cope with, yesterday, as we were saying, 150 came in, and it really is the hospitals on the border that are taking the biggest brunt here. Yesterday in Kilis, which is just across the border from Azaz, also Reyhanli, a hospital just closer to where we were there yesterday. We also saw ambulances coming and going. They really are trying their best, but they are overstretched, which means that field hospitals have also been set up. It's the ambulances that have to go to the border back and forth, to pick up the injured and bring them back to the hospitals. And then, if we're talking about how many people are here, 60,000 registered at the moment, and 16,000 of those only in the last 2 weeks. Now, the Turkish government isn't panicking at the moment. They are trying to handle it. There's around at least 8 camps all along the border. But, if these numbers are going to keep going at this pace, where, some nights we're getting 2,000 a day, they're saying that something needs to be done. When Secretary Clinton was here, the foreign minister, reiterated the need for more international help, because certainly, those numbers, as this violence continues, those numbers will continue to rise.
Indeed, we know that you'll be monitoring events for us there from the Turkish border. For the moment, Steph, thanks for joining us.